this all before, but I only started the channel to try to give back to a community that has given me so much. The ASMR community truly like saved me. And so I thought if I made a video and it helped one person, then I did what I wanted to do. I had no idea what it would become. And interacting with you all is just the greatest privilege and joy. So thank you for being here, celebrating it with me. You taking your time to watch my content when there's so much to consume. Time is the most valuable thing. It's a debt I'll never be able to repay. But that's why I thought we could do a advice, career, big sister video to hopefully give you what I can, which is my unsolicited, unfiltered, and unapologetic advice, and go from there. So I posted on my community tab for questions, situations that you just want my advice on, and you came through, and I will be answering each one. I don't care if this video is an hour long. And I've looked at them. My iPad is here. I've looked at them, but I haven't like typed out my thoughts or anything. A lot of them are similar, so please watch the whole video if you asked a question, because if I don't answer your question to the fullest, I'm sure I will cover it in another similar question. Does that make sense? But some of them are similar, so we'll go each one. I just pulled it up, and whatever YouTube decided to put it in order, I'm just going down the line. So okay, should we just begin? Thank you all for whoever commented, and just if you've ever watched, liked, commented any of my stuff, thank you so much. These 2 years have been phenomenal, so thank you. I love you. And many more, hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, I'm just excited to see what's in store. This will be a pure whisper ramble video. I have some random shit on my desk that I might tap on, but yeah. Okay, so the first one is from Calm Cozy Cole ASMR, which she is a queen at ASMR. I get so much inspiration and motivation and just relaxation from her. She's great. So anyway, this is such a cute idea. I had a viewer reach out to me and ask for advice on the adjustment into adulthood, from living at home with their parents to college and then to living on your own and being in the workforce. I feel like you could give great advice on that. Congrats on an amazing milestone. Thank you. You're so sweet. Yeah. So I've moved to college. My college was in a different state. I've lived in a different state from my family, different countries. My biggest piece of advice is just to make friends and put yourself out there, because you need community and you need people to lean on. So when it gets uncomfortable, when it gets, when you get homesick or you're feeling like you're questioning your decisions, like reach out to people in your class, your professors, your friends, your roommates, because everyone at college is in the same boat. So use that uncomfortability to grow and evolve and do crazy things and make mistakes, because you're on your own, and you can look at it like such a blessing. I mean, it is crazy. It's a crazy concept that we stick a bunch of 18-year-olds into one building with no parents and just say, do what you want. Like, that is wild when I think about it like that. But it's true. So have fun. Everyone is in the same boat, and everyone misses their family. So FaceTime your mom, FaceTime your sister, FaceTime your best friend. But then purposely, go for a walk with a roommate, or just put yourself out there. there's no reason to really be embarrassed or insecure about that, 'cause everyone else is. Now, living on your own and being in the workforce, it can be tricky because, like, your safety was your home, and then college, and then when you get, like, your first apartment and your first job, you really are on your own. You really have to put in the work to grow a community. Friends are huge, but, you know, joining a club, joining a book club, a pickleball club, whatever, a church if you're religious, a running club if you're one of those, you know, and, you know, if you're not dating, maybe you do go on some dating apps, meet some local people safely. Yeah, just, again, lean on people because community is so important. Your job, you know, go out for happy hour with your coworkers, ask your boss out for coffee one day just to chit chat, connect. Just embrace the uncomfortability, because that's when you grow and evolve and find yourself, in those moments of pure independence. And actually, my dad has told me one time, he told me that life is full of freshman years. So, like, obviously, yes, when you're a freshman in high school, when you're a freshman in college, but the first year at your job, the first year as a mom, the first year at a club, or like first year of coaching, whatever, and like everyone is doing that. So I like to think about it like that, like, well, I'm not new, it's just my freshman year, you know, everyone does it. Okay. Yay, congrats. Advice on social media overconsumption would be much appreciated. I've been struggling with comparing myself to the countless influencers and just insanely perfect looking people flooding my social media. Have you ever struggled with this? And if so, how have you worked past it? You're gonna hate me, because this is gonna be a terrible answer, but no, I don't struggle with this. I'm not a good person to give advice on this. I'm very confident and secure in who I am and what I look like, so I never think of social media comparing myself to, like, the Alex Earls of the world, and I actually mean that. I'm not saying that, like, to be pick me. I genuinely don't struggle with this, so I'm sorry you are. I think the first thing I would say is how you were saying, countless influencers and just insanely perfect looking people flooding my social media. Social media is fake. People are fake. You live your life day to day, micro level, like me and you, your siblings, your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors. Social media is up here. It's fake. It's not real life, right? And I think just grounding yourself in that, like, okay, the people I talk to day to day are the people who matter. So you don't put any power on these influencers or social media people. Social media people are fine and dandy. I obviously use a social media platform for community, source of income. I wouldn't even call it income. It's like a few to whatever. But yeah, I utilize it. But I have a very healthy relationship with it, and that just comes from me knowing that my life is who I interact with day to day. The opinions I care about are my closest friends and family. No influencer knows I fucking exist. Like, why do I care what they look like? I don't know. I don't know if I'm just being, I don't know if this is helping at all, if you're just getting angrier. It is real, that comparison is real. But just know it's fake. It's fake boobs, fake tan, fake relationships, nothing. It's just social media. So just when you catch yourself scrolling, for every 15 minutes you scroll, that's 5 minutes that you have to journal gratitude and self-reflection. Okay, that's my assignment to you. You catch yourself scrolling, you have to start journaling and do something positive for yourself, because yeah, I don't know if that helped, but I do sympathize with you, and or not sympathize, I empathize. I feel empathetic towards your situation. But you're great. Don't worry about people on social media. 2 years has flown by. Huge congratulations. Thank you for all the comforting and relaxing videos during that time. I don't know how I coped before you. You're so sweet. I recognize your handle. You're amazing. Thank you for the support. Do you have any advice on starting a new job at a brand new company? Yeah, totally. I have done this a bunch. I think my first piece of advice would just be to be yourself. Sometimes we can get into the habit or funnel of trying to be a persona, the funny one, the always working at 9 p.m. one, the, do you know what I mean? Like, we kind of have this idea of what we're trying to push ourselves to be, when it's okay, just be yourself. If you have flaws, embrace them, learn to, try to fix them or work with them. Just be yourself, because it's just, that's the most sustainable. Also, kind of was saying with the first question, everyone starts a job for the first time. So just because you're starting, everyone you talk to, they've also had their first day and their first month. So just imagine like it was all of their first days too. Ask the questions, be annoying, even though it's not annoying to ask questions. Just be confident, because you were hired for a reason. Trust that. And don't pressure yourself to be someone you're not. Stick with who you are and what you know. And yeah, you'll be great. I know you'll be great. Yeah, you'll be great. Okay, congratulations and many more years to come. This is from Simply Cal. Simply Cal's the best. Again, one of my inspirations, motivations. Her ASMR is top notch. What she does for the community, she doesn't have to. The way that she interacts and supports all creators, big, small, tiny, whatever, she goes above and beyond. She's the nicest person, so just thank you. Grateful for all your videos and all the hard work you put into your channel, and for always supporting your beautiful community. No, I same thing to you. You're great. I want to know, what's one piece of advice you would give to young Jenna, younger viewers listening? So I don't know if this is like 5 years ago, 15 years ago, when I was 5. Young Jenna. I would say, and I'm kind of talking to like 18-year-old Jenna, keep female friendships near and dear to your heart. And when I say female friendships, I mean gays and theys. Like, one of my best friends is a gay guy, but I include him as part of my girlfriend group. I have a few regrets in life, and maybe that's not chic to say, because you're supposed to learn. Well, I've learned, but I do have a few regrets. And one of them, honestly the biggest one, involves one of my closest female friends, and we're fine. Like, she's still one of my good friends, but I did something to her that was kind of unforgivable, and she did forgive me, and I have since forgiven myself, and again, we're great friends, and we're all good. But and I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but I do regret it. And so if I just saw the value and the importance of female friendships at a young age, I would feel honestly better, because friendships are family that you choose. Like, you're not sharing blood, you're not married to them, you're not being intimate with, you're not, it's pure love that's optional. Like, they would do anything for you, and they're not related to you or have any connection to you. That's so beautiful and amazing. And I have great friends. Like, I have the world's best friends. I can't stress it enough. But I have built that, and we have built that brick by brick over the past 10 years. And I wish 18-year-old Jenna saw what I see now in the value of female friendships, but I was focused on dating and partying and boy, you know, just like the whole thing, popular, like, again, that's like a whole other thing, but yeah, so female friendships. And I would also just say to, like, have fun, take more risks. I am naturally a risk taker, but I didn't really even want to travel until I was maybe 20. So I would tell my 16-year-old, 18-year-old, 19-year-old self, like, when your dad takes you to Memphis and shows you Beale Street, like, have fun. It's okay. It's not nerdy. Like, learn new cultures. The world is so big. Yeah. Okay, ASMR Sleepy Plum. Love her as well. I love all the ASMR artists in here. It only goes to show how beautiful this community is. Like, we have the world's best community. And this is why. Look at all these ones supporting me. I can go on about how much we all, yeah. Congratulations, Jenna, you're so amazing. This is an awesome milestone. Thank you for all that you do in building such a safe community here. Thank you. I know I'm super late to see this. Oh no, you're fine. I posted this like weeks ago and I'm just filming it now. Like 5 days before I am posting it. I would love to know what advice you would give your 10 years younger self and why. Okay, I should have read this more carefully. See the last question. I literally talked about if I was 18 and 16 and 17, and I am in my mid to late 20s, so that was pretty much 10 years ago. Not quite, okay, don't age me too much, but yeah, you know. I would also, I don't know, maybe I'll now talk like, what would I say to, I would also just say to keep building communities. I've said that a bunch, but you need groups of people and things to keep you grounded and safe and feeling loved. That goes beyond your, girlfriends. That goes beyond your husband or boyfriend. That goes beyond your family even, going to the gym, having a group fitness class that you love, being part of a book club. Like, it's just, and I honestly did a lot of that in college, but I could have done more. And then did a lot in high school, but I could have done more. And again, I have no regrets on that because I have learned, and now I'm part of a million hobbies and groups and volunteer groups and whatever. But yeah, I would keep telling my younger viewers that. Okay, I would love to see honest career advice, something like how often you wake up not wanting to but still do, and how you do that, what makes it easier for you, basically how you get shit done when you are really having a struggle day. Yeah. I actually was having a really bad mental health day the other day. But I would say what gets me out of bed, as dumb as it sounds, honestly, my coffee. I love morning coffee, which I know everyone says that, but like, when I wake up and I catch myself having a very bad struggle day, I will literally just focus on my coffee and how yummy it will be, and I will force myself to snowball off of that and be grateful for coffee and water, that I have drinking water, like healthy drinking water in my tap, that I have dump like 5 minutes in the morning and get out those negative thoughts. I'll call my dad. I'll watch an ASMR video. I love watching ASMR in the morning. Honestly, this might be toxic. I do think about the money. Like, money, we need money to survive and to live. So if I'm having a shit time at work, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna quit unless I find a new job first, because I need money and I have goals, financial goals. And that's, like, that's not gonna happen unless I'm working. Less toxic. Let's go back to the less toxic ones. Just being a productive member of society. Like, we need to get shit done. Again, community. People need me. People need you to be okay and need us to go to work and do the things. So, yeah, lean on people, but it is hard. Okay, I'll give you that. It can be really hard, but that's what I do. And also enjoy your job, enjoy your career. I don't love my job all day, every day, but I like it. And I like my boss. So, hopefully you like what you're doing, and if not, maybe take some reflection on that. But yeah. Okay. Yay, 2 years. Congrats, beautiful. Your channel feels like a chat with a friend. Thank you for all you do for us. Thank you. I feel like I'm chatting with a friend. Like, I don't look at the camera on my phone, or I do, obviously, but I feel like I'm looking at you, a friend. This is how I talk with my friends. So thank you. I'm glad you feel like that. I would love to know your opinion about romantic relationships, how to not make a man the center of our life, and how to take better care of ourselves to not fall into bad habits and bad relationships. Thank you. Yeah, so I don't really talk about my relationship status for a few reasons. I mean, even in the course of these 2 years, I've had, let's just say changes to my relationship status. But through it all, I would say, and by the way, I just don't talk about it a lot for a couple reasons. The biggest one, which is what I'm going to get into in answering this question, but another small one is, as much as I'm an open book, like 85%, there is parts of my life and my family and my, loved ones that I do keep private for obvious reasons, probably. But the biggest reason I don't talk about it, and this is going to go to your answer, is I have pretty much like completely decentered men from my life, similar to what you're talking about. Which, if you don't know what that means, you can go down TikTok, or go to TikTok or a TED Talk or YouTube video, because I won't be able to describe it well. If you know what it is, you understand me, and if you don't, you probably think I'm a lonely old cat lady who's super cynical and can't get a man, which is fine. However you perceive me is fine. But yeah, and this is regardless of my relationship status. My friends who have decentered men, some have been in a solid, serious relationship for 4 years. Some are single, some whatever. I have the whole mix. And I have friends that want men to be the center of their world, which is completely fine. You do whatever works for you. But you, question asker, said how to not make a man the center of your life. So that is my boat. And this is not man-hating. You will not catch any man-hating on this channel. There's so many men in my life that are amazing, and I have the most respect for my dad, my brothers, my guy friends, my friends, husbands, friends. Like, men are great, and we need men in our lives. I love men and intimacy and romance and whatever. This is separate from that. So again, I encourage you, if you don't know what decentering men from your life means, ourselves. So take that off and just only make decisions for you. And I promise men will respect you for doing that too. Like the good men will, the respectable men will. So I just have gotten to a place where every decision I make is for myself, for number one. Doesn't matter if I'm talking to a guy, dating a guy, not doing anything with the guy, just completely single. Like every decision I make is not for men. As small as at the gym, what I wear, you know, if I'm afraid to go to the weight section or not, to bigger things like job and how I carry myself. Like, you just have to start making decisions only for what you want, not for how a man will perceive you or what a man will think. Because naturally, when you learn to love yourself and value yourself and what you want, you naturally will find men who respect that and you as who you are. Because there won't be any facades or pretenses or fakeness or anything. It'll just be you. And those are the men you want, because they will not be, and you won't be in a toxic relationship or having bad habits, because you will only be doing what you want. Does that make sense? And I'm so lucky that I have only been in one actually toxic relationship when I was much younger. And I have never, knock on wood, fallen into any of those bad habits or toxicity or bad relationships because I put myself first. And that's not in a selfish way, like, oh, self-centered. No, that's like in a, that old saying of like, if you put on your airplane mask before your kid, or you fill up your cup of coffee before helping others, because you need to be good to then be good for other people, you know? So when you really strip down your life and yourself, are you happy with who you are? You know, take time. I'm not saying self-care. I mean like truly when you're alone with your thoughts. Do you love yourself? Are you doing what you want to do? Or is it just because you think a man or men or your boyfriend or your ex-boyfriend will like it or dislike it? Boil it down. Like, it's never too late to make those changes, and it's so freeing to sit with that. Obviously, I'm not perfect. No one is. But it will help when you make decisions only for yourself, and when you truly find peace, like it's nothing but positive thoughts, you literally won't tolerate bad behavior or toxic behavior or bad habits, because your baseline will be happy. You'll have your friends, your family, your work, your, volleyball league. For me, I'm a coach, so I have my team, if your baseline is happy and you're making every decision for your baseline, for your betterment and happiness, you literally will not tolerate toxicity, because you'll be like, I'm good without him, I'm good without that, I didn't know I was gonna go down that rabbit hole and open up that can of worms, so holy shit. If you know what decentering men from your life are, like what I'm talking about, you totally get it. And if you're like, Jenna, you sound crazy, that's fine too. And I'm not talking about if you're married or you share a kid. Obviously not. Yeah. But it sounds like, this person who wrote in is just dating, which I'm talking about that. I hope that helped. Oh god. Okay. Oh my god, girl, congrats. You quickly become my go-to ASMR artist because of your down-to-earth attitude. And my down-to-earth. I feel like I was just being so preachy, but thank you, I appreciate that. I started reading again because you inspired me with how avid of a reader you are, reading The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and it is good. Thank you. I'm someone who is striving to progress in my career, and I'll let other things in life slide when work is intense. How do you bring balance into your corporate girly life? Going to uni, I was taught to always want to be promoted, and at this time, it's looking like promo is slow, but my work-life balance has improved. How do you center yourself from overachieving or striving to thrive in other aspects of life? Yeah, I mean, I struggle with this a lot. Yeah, I feel like everyone just wants the next buck. We just want to keep going. But you're exactly where you need to be. I need to make sure you know that wherever you are in your career, you're exactly where you need to be. You're much younger than you think you are, so you have time. And yeah, your mental health is first. Like, kind of like I was saying, that baseline. If you're all relatively good, all those pillars, your family, your friends, your club, your gym, your church, whatever, and your work starts to falter and it gets stressful, that's when you can lean on others. But just make sure you still kind of set boundaries so you're not tunnel visioned, If you know you haven't been a good best friend to your best friend recently because of work, block out your calendar for a lunch on Wednesday and take her out to lunch. Block it. If it's really a lot, talk to your boss and say, like, hey, I'm really working to this promo. What are the steps I have to do to get there? Because I am breaking my back right now for not reaching it, Talk to your boss, talk to mentors. But yeah, I just make sure all my pillars, my baseline is good. I make sure I'm happy with life, so that when work is struggling, I can lean on the other aspects, the other areas. But you're doing great, and you're exactly where you need to be, so don't worry too much about it. Everything will come, money will come, a promo will come. It'll be okay. Okay. Hi Jenna, love your content. Thanks for all the peace and solitude you provide. You're welcome, thank you. Question, I'm considering changing careers after 30 plus years working in a fast-paced, high-stress role. What advice do you have for marketing myself in a new industry? Fast-paced. Well, I think you just did that for me. You have 30 plus years in a career. Huge. It shows dedication, commitment. Use that to your advantage. That's a marketing tool. And then you're used to a fast-paced, high-stress role. Again, use that. Say that you have worked in that before and you have this experience. The only thing I would really add is like your ethos on why you're looking at a new industry. Is it to be challenged, to learn something new? Yeah, I would just maybe think about that. But once you find that, I think you're good to go. Okay, then there's just a few comments of people who commented but didn't ask a question. But I appreciate you and I see you and thank you. Okay. How do you find the energy to get ready in the morning and do hair, makeup, etc.? Girl, you must be new here because I do not do my hair, makeup. Sometimes I'll do like a tinted moisturizer, eyebrows, and then brush my hair. But I rarely do that. And kind of going back to the other question that was similar with this. So if you didn't listen to that, go listen to that question. I look forward to my coffee. I make sure I snowball gratitude with it. I think I'm gonna tap on these AirPod cases because I got new AirPods, which were way too expensive. My old AirPods were a gift, but they started making anyway. But they sound good. I snowball gratitude, and that makes me get out of bed because I get so happy. But days are bad. You're gonna have some bad days, some good days. Just take it slow. Do what you need to do. And watch ASMR. Any tips advice for women in the workforce. I just started in corporate America after graduating. Loving it so far, but want some advice. I know being a woman comes with different dynamics. Yes. Yeah. I'm glad you're liking it. Congrats. I mean, there's still sexism. It's alive and well. I work in a male-dominated industry, and I still see sexism. I would say pick your battles and keep your peace. There's gonna be times where you're gonna get pissed off about something. I actually was in a situation about a year ago where it was a potential client and they said something crazy sexist, and I called him out and said, so you prefer this person because they're a man and I'm a woman? And he's like, whoa. And like steam was kind of coming out of my ears, but then I took a second and I grounded myself and I was like, okay, I will never speak to this man again. He is not in my life. His opinion means nothing. So I kept my peace. But there's been other times that I have battled and said something's not right, and things did change. So pick your battles and keep your peace. And just, don't let a man or a woman or anyone say something about, just, hold your ground, work hard. Don't just put your head down and get through it. It's okay to be loud. It's okay to speak your opinion and ask for things. You'll do great. You'll do great. Okay. This is from Maya. Maya, my girl. I love Maya. Hi, that is insane. It's been 2 years. I remember your first video so vividly. And yeah, okay. Thank you, Maya, for your support for years. Okay, a question I'm always looking for advice on is how to not feel rushed in life. I am only 20 years old, but I am already halfway through nursing school and have been in a relationship for 4 years with whom I am confident is my forever person. With those constants in my life, I always find myself rushing, wishing weeks away to get through school, thinking about my future job, when I'll get engaged, married, kids, etc. And I always regret it because I know I'll never get this time back. I'm grateful for any feedback you have on this topic, and congratulations, man. Thank you. Maya, you're so young. You're 20. You gotta learn to shut off that thing that's making you rush because you're so young. You're such a young woman. You've got your whole life ahead of you. You've gotta enjoy what you're in right now. I get it. I validate that, like you're feeling, because you're so excited for your life with your husband and kids and your forever job. It sounds great. But live in the moment, build connections with your classmates, your professors. You never know when you'll need a professor's letter of recommendation or mentorship later on in life. So, what you're doing is amazing. You're in school, you have a great relationship, travel, make mistakes. I'm not saying you will, I'm just saying, you're so young and you don't want to live in the future because you'll be missing how beautiful the present is. And, marriage, kids, there's no rush on that, and a forever career, there's no rush on that either. You could, it's just, you're so much younger than you think. I've said that before in this video, but take time, for your friends, for your classmates, for your boyfriend, to really soak in the youthfulness and the craziness that is college and school. So my advice would be to go party and make memories that you can tell your kids one day, because you're only young once, and tomorrow's never promised. So 5 years from now isn't promised. So live in the moment and create memories, because you'll only be this age again with these people once. Okay. Hi Jenna, I'm Inez. Thank you for your videos. You helped me a lot during this time. One thing that feel like I'm late in life. Maybe you could give some advice. Hugs from Spain. I do want to hug you because I don't like that you say you're near your 30s and you didn't achieve much. First of all, as I've said before a million times now, you're way younger than you think. 30s is young. You're young. But also, living and aging is such a privilege, and no one is promised to live till they're 40 or 80 or whatever. So you have achieved a lot. You have a job. You are thinking about your life and career and all these things. You're aging. You're like, it's beautiful. So you have achieved a lot. Being a human is hard. You're doing great. And yeah, I get the struggle of like feeling that you're not a work-centered person, but you want to be, or maybe you don't even want to be, but you feel like you should be. I'm gonna revert back to what I said about my baseline, all those pillars: job, friends, relationship, community, hobbies, etc. If everything else is going okay, you're good. If you're happy, you're good. If you really are unhappy, I would say talk to your boss, talk to mentors, maybe come up with a plan to look for a new job. Don't let your age or work status scare you, because you're exactly where you need to be. And if you're happy, if the rest of your pillars and everything's good, but you just feel a little bit deflated at work, that's normal. Take time to reflect on what you want, and use that to your advantage. Maybe that will motivate you to look for a new industry, a new job. Maybe it's asking for a pay raise or a promotion. So you work out like a 1-year plan to get promoted with your boss. Ask for help. It's okay. But don't feel the pressure to be work-centered. Like, again, life is hard. The world puts enough pressures on us. We don't need to put it on ourselves. So you're doing fine. What does being successful mean to you personally, and what are the most important things in life for you? Big question. Well, I've talked a lot about in this video. Like, I would say my core value is happiness. I truly do believe if everyone is happy in their core, happy with their job, their body, their life, that will make the world a better place, and that will make your loved ones happier, and you'll work harder, and you'll be more motivated at the gym, like whatever. So I just want pure happiness for everyone. It's just so important. And of course we have bad days. I've been open and honest on this channel. I have crippling insomnia, and I crash out and will call my dad bawling my eyes out for a whole day straight. I will be in very low points of my life, but I journal and I sit with myself and I talk to my loved ones very deeply, and just focus on my value of happiness. What will make me happy? How do I want to help my loved ones be happy? And for me, that's volunteering, that's coaching, that's my friends, my loved ones, my niece, my nephew, all those add to my happiness. Did that answer the question? Okay. I need a sip of water again. What the hell are you? Okay. Hi Jenna, first of all, congrats. I can't explain how much I love your videos and your personality so much. You help me a lot, and I'm always thankful for you. I'm always thankful for you. Thank you. I'm Danny. Yes, hi Danny. I'm 23 years old. I studied in college, something I really love in real life outside of college, and when I tried studying it, I couldn't like it. I always love to learn new things by myself, and I'm just better at it this way. Okay, so you gave up college. I believe you left college. I gave the college life 2.5 years, and still a lot of things didn't work out, so I thought about a lot of things, then I realized that college life does not suit me. forcing myself into it, which made my mental health and which made my health mentally and fiscally worse. Yes, okay. I decided to stop it for myself before anything else, and since I stopped it, I'm much more healthier and happier. And I really think I did the right thing, and like, life is full of opportunities and surprises, and life has a lot of its seniors, 8 billion people, and each one has a different life. Totally. So I really need a support from you or anyone who reads this, because everyone around me is thinking the opposite of what I thought. They don't see what I see. They didn't support my decision. But after all I've been through, I only care about myself and health before anything, anyone. So yeah, thank you for being kind to read this. Okay, so Danny, a couple things. First thing, and I've said it before in this video to a lot of other people, you are so young. 23 is so young. You've got your whole life ahead of you. You're much younger than you think. It will all be okay. So even if you're questioning something, you're struggling with something, and you don't understand something, life will work itself out. It will be okay. Then with your family and friends, the people around you, they just love you. I want you to give them some grace and patience. They don't agree with it because they're not you, and they just love you, so their concern is out of love. So go easy on them. They're living this life for the first time, just like all of us. We all say and do things we regret or wish we handled differently, and so go easy on them. I am glad you're mentally healthier. It sounds like you made the decision for you, and you're right, college is not for everyone. So I'm proud of you for trying to achieve that happiness that I'm talking about. My advice, though, would be to find those pillars, that community that I keep talking about, that baseline. So if you don't have college anymore, maybe that's community ed classes, maybe that's church, maybe that's a gym, maybe that's a new group of friends, maybe that's like volunteering at the Humane Society. Like, just make sure you're still learning and growing and evolving in life and being a productive member of society. But it sounds like if you're being healthy and you're making decisions for yourself, that's ultimately good. Just be easy on your loved ones, because we care and we're concerned about our loved ones, and they just want to make sure you're okay. I want to make sure you're okay. Okay, congratulations. It's wild that it's been that long already. Thank you for making such wonderful videos and helping so many people. I'm struggling with knowing what to do. Sorry, I wanted to respond to that. Thank you for your kind words. I'm glad I can help even one person, so thank you for watching. I'm struggling with knowing what to do with my future in terms of careers. I'm only 18 and I feel like I should know what I want to do for work so I can plan my life around it. No, you don't have to do that. But there's so many job options that interest me, and I'm not sure which to choose. I feel like I should go with the smart decision, conservation work rather than creative, and likely more enjoyable one such as acting or filmmaking. I have a place to study environmental science at university next year, but I was wondering if you had any advice on finding peace in all the mental chaos and feeling okay with not knowing for sure. Totally. I more than validate those feelings. To me, it's a wild concept that we make 18-year-olds decide what to do for their whole life. Like, it's bonkers. But I'm here to tell you, nothing is written in stone. Things change. Life will work out the way it should. You're 18, so what am I gonna say? You're so young. You're much younger than you think. I need to tell everyone watching that. You're so young. Everyone's younger than they think. And so it's okay to make a decision now because you think you should, and then pivot 5 years from now if you don't like it. And vice versa. It's okay to make a decision now that you're not crazy happy with, but you're gonna give it a try and then love it 10 years from now. Both are okay. No matter what you decide, it's okay. And honestly, I, not to like shit on what you said, but I don't necessarily think the smart decision is conservation work and the like wrong decision is creative, like filmmaking or acting, because you don't know. You could be the next Meryl Streep. You could be the next Christopher Nolan. Like, you could be making millions and billions of dollars in acting or filmmaking. You don't know. And with conservation work, what if there's nothing to conserve in the environment in 10 years and you don't have a job in that? Like, you're 18, so your view on the world is younger, but I'm here to tell you, as someone who is practically 10 years older than you, whatever you do is okay. Don't make decisions that are smart or that you think are smart for your 40-year-old self. You've got to do what you want to do, and as you've probably heard throughout the video, happiness is what I want to promote, and just do what makes you happy. That is the number one thing. So, yeah, I hope that helped. I understand it's chaotic. Also, what I went to school for, I don't do now. I don't use my degree at all. So, if that gives you any feeling of peace, I promise it will be okay. You're doing what you need to do, and you're so young. Okay, you're my favorite ASMR artist. I just love how down to earth you are, and your videos are always so good. Thank you. You're so sweet. No advice, questions, but I am curious if you're dating, if you want kids, all of that. I know you're not young, so no worries. Just wondering. I'm a 29-year-old mom to 3 boys, and I know you've talked about your nephews before, so yeah, just wondering. Yeah, so I already talked about the dating thing. I just, maybe once I'm married, I'll have my partner in a video or something, because marriage and having kids is different, but I'm not married and I don't have kids, so men are just, I can say this honestly, it just is not part of my life in a way that truly affects it deeply, and I don't make decisions for them. Like, I really have decentered men from my life, and that's not like a bad, anyway, I've already talked about that. Kids, so I do want to be married. I do want to be married. I think having a life partner is amazing and beautiful, and I want that. I want a night that all of our loved ones are together and celebrating us, and having speeches about how great we are. I love that idea. Do I think I want like a marriage certificate from the state of whatever and like changing my last name? No. But I do want like a wedding night and a life partner. Kids. So the kids thing is weird because yes, I do love my niece and nephew to death. They're my favorite people in the world, and I love caregiving. Even when I have them overnights and I have to wake up at 4 a.m., 6 a.m. When they're sick, carpool. I love it. I love it, and I'm very, very blessed that my brother and sister-in-law let me be so active in their lives as a parental figure. I know not everyone has that relationship, so I love it. I do think I would be a good mom, not to like toot my own horn, but I just really do enjoy taking care of my niece and nephew, my babies. But yeah, I just, in complete honesty, when I picture my life with a partner, with my life, whatever, all that stuff, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, no, I don't see kids in it. Well, sorry, I do see kids in it, but it's my niece and nephew and more nieces and nephews. I don't see me having kids. And that doesn't make me feel any certain way. In fact, I've made peace about it, because that caregiving, that parental thing, I do have that. Obviously, I'm not a mom, but I'm just saying, like, I know I find the joy and the value in caregiving. Europe. So they were both kind of hippy dippies. And my dad and my stepmom are very much so just hippy dippy city slicking people. It was rare that my dad and stepmom's friends and neighbors and everyone had kids. Well, I guess neighbors, there's a lot of kids, but like my dad and my stepmom, they're best friends, all married, none of them have kids. So like at dinner parties, Thanksgiving holidays, when their friends would come over, none of them had kids. I mean, a few every now and then, but it was rare. Like me and my brothers were like, this is sick, like finally a couple that has kids. And so I just grew up where not having kids was kind of the norm. And I see my stepmom and her 3 best friends. It's a group of 4 women, all married, none have kids, and I'm friends with it. Like, it's just, kids, it was never an expectation in my family or like my family friend group. It was never expected. It was never the default to have kids. The default honestly is to like not have kids. Like when my brother got married and had a kid, we were all like, and I don't know, that might sound crazy because like we are from the Midwest, which is very family based, but it's just never been an expectation or a like thing to for it. So to me, kids would be a blessing and great, but yeah, I don't know. I hope that was a sufficient answer. Okay, last one. Happy channelversary. My name is Chloe. I've been watching you since the very beginning, and you never fail to bring me good vibes and relaxation. Thank you. You're so sweet, Chloe. I'm not sure if this is too niche of a situation, but one of my roommates has a boyfriend that is constantly in our house, whether she is home or not. That's weird. We lived together in a dorm last year, and I addressed my discomfort several times, primarily because her boyfriend was always acting like a jerk towards me. Although she apologized and swore things would change, we have since moved into an apartment, and her boyfriend has become a problem for all of our other roommates. We all feel extremely uncomfortable because he is constantly lurking around the house while our roommate is not home, eating our food, using our shower, leaving messes, etc. I'm not sure if you've ever experienced something similar, but any advice would be greatly appreciated. Chloe, I'm so sorry you're dealing with that. I haven't dealt with that particular situation. I have had some crazy roommate stories, but nothing like that. Honestly, I am a very confrontational, loud, upfront person, so this would never fly with me. Whenever I did have a roommate situation, or, well, me and all of my roommates, like everyone we dated was pretty much like part of the group, so we liked everyone. Well, there's one, no, I mean, we, for the most part, like, everyone liked everyone, so, that was never an issue, but I would seriously confront him and be like, yo, you're not on the lease, you're not paying rent, fucking leave. Because I just am I'm no shrinking violet. I will tell a man or a woman, I will tell anyone, like, when they're doing something wrong. So yeah, I would just be like, you're literally not on the lease. And then if it got to the point where, like, you know, it was like really getting severe, I would tell the girl roommate, like, yo, we're all gonna get subleasers, so you're gonna be stuck with random people, like, we're gonna leave, because you can get a subleaser. It sounds like you're in a college town because you were in a dorm last year. You could find a subleaser easily. So I would threaten that. I would seriously, like, even maybe look into it, like, you and the other roommates find a new apartment, show them to the girl with the boyfriend and say, we might move out and you might get randoms. Maybe then she'll listen to you. If it honestly honestly gets to this point, which I'm not saying it is, but I have to say this. I know it sounds dramatic, but I would even go to like the college police or like the college center of some kind, to make a formal complaint or just to have something write it down, because I'm not saying anything bad will happen, but if something does happen, there will be written down proof that you've had a concern. Again, it doesn't sound like it's like that strong, but I would, if you don't want to confront him or her, I mean, you could honestly tell her, like, privately, he's not on the lease. Either he has to start paying us money, and would not even then, because it sounds like you don't even want him there. I would just tell her he's not on the lease. He needs to fucking leave. And tell him that too. And if you don't want to be confrontational like that, I would straight up just say, like, I'm gonna find a subleaser then, and you're gonna have a random person here